If you would like to know how to quickly heal an injury like a pulled muscle safely and naturally, you clicked on the right video. Hi, I'm Dr. Cori Stern and welcome to my channel, Take Control of Your Health. If you've not had a chance yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button now. That is my reward for doing these videos for you. And if you like the video, I would appreciate it if you'd hit the like button at the end so more people can find it. And lastly, and most importantly, please share this with anyone you know that you think would benefit from the information. So I just wanted to do a quick video on a discovery I made when recently I injured my back. So quick little backstory. I have been prone to back injuries since I gave birth to my son. My son was almost 11 pounds when he was born and almost 2 feet long. Don't know how I fit that kid in there, but it was a large pregnancy. And he was born with a rare genetic disorder, and they stuck him in the ICU. As it turns out, it was unnecessary, but he was on a different floor from where I was when I was in the hospital. And in order for me to see him, I had to be brought up to his floor. I want to mention that I also ended up with a C-section. Now, this is almost 37 years ago. Okay? He's gonna be 37 soon. So things were different back then. My life was different. My viewpoints on things weren't what they are now. But the thing is, I would not have been able to give birth to him naturally. I did try for a good almost 40 hours, but because of the disorder he had, I couldn't get him out the regular way. So I had a C-section. My core muscles were very weakened because they had been cut open. And they bring me up to see him, and they stick me on a metal folding chair with no arms, no back support. And they put this almost 11-pound baby in my hands, and I'm holding him, and he's heavy, and I'm holding him, and I'm starting to tip over. I'm tipping. And I get to the point where I'm stuck and I can't sit back up again. And I'm calling for help. Literally like, help, help, is anybody there? And nobody was coming. So I don't know how long I was stuck like that. And after somebody finally came and took him from me, I was in trouble. I had extreme back pain, and it was never the same since. You know, after I got home with him and I was breastfeeding and I was carrying him around in a one of those baby carriers, because that's the only time he was happy, and I was just straining my back all the time because he was so heavy and I was so weak from the procedure, the C-section. So that led me to years of struggling with back stuff. So it may seem a little bit strange, but I ended up becoming a chiropractor, in part because I was seeing chiropractors for my chronic back stuff, and it kind of led me into that direction. And becoming a chiropractor and then specializing in nutrition, I was able to do a lot for myself to reduce my pain and the chronicity of my injuries. However, it still happens from time to time. Most people find themselves from time to time moving the wrong way, or lifting something the wrong way, or sleeping in a bad position, or being away from home and sleeping on a bad mattress and waking up in pain. So it can happen to your back, your neck, or really any other part of your body. Your body is covered in muscles, and our muscles can become strained at times. You know, the back is especially vulnerable because it is an unstable body part. It's unstable because it is designed to have a lot of movement in it. So the spine allows you to move forward and backwards and sideways and twist, but because of the extra movement that you have there, it's also easily injured. So a few weeks ago, I was coming back from the dog park with my dogs in the back seat of the car. We drive there and back because my dogs are older now. They're almost 13 and 12, and the walk to the park is too long. We go for a nice long leisurely walk in the park, but we drive back and forth. And one of my dogs has a little shoulder tightness going on, which I'm working on. Same way that I am I work on myself, I work on my dogs. I'm working on it, but this day he did not want to jump out of the back seat of the car by himself. He wanted me to help him, which meant that I needed to lift him out of the back seat. And it was just an awkward position because of where I was parked. And then he does this once in a while. I have to like calm him down before I lift him up. I know how to lift correctly. I have to do it very gently with him because he gets nervous. But for whatever reason, this time I lifted him up and he just started flailing. And I was already in a bad position, and I pulled a back muscle really bad. I mean, it was excruciating. I almost couldn't breathe. So I had to work that day. You know, I have to stay very functional. I'm an extremely busy person. I have a very busy practice. I see a lot of patients. I'm helping a lot of people. I'm doing this. I'm you know, on podcasts. I have a special needs son. I travel around the country teaching seminars. I was going to be teaching the following week. I had to travel, and I was like, I can't have an injury right now. I have to heal this as quickly as possible. So I started bombarding myself with some natural stuff. And I actually feel like I found a miraculous combination of things, because within, I want to say 30 hours of this severe back muscle strain, it was gone. And that's not been the norm for me. It usually takes a little bit longer. It's not like I can rest or anything like that. I have to keep going. And you know, I always bombard myself with natural stuff when I'm hurt, but this was, maybe I just got a little more aggressive this time because I was so worried about not being able to go on my trip and teach the seminar. So I just wanted to share with you what I did and how it worked, how well it worked, and the specific things that I used to help myself. So before I do that, I just want to quickly give a shout out to the organization that has changed my life and the life of many of my patients, and that is Farm Match. Farm Match is an organization that helps you to locate the most clean, nutrient-dense foods grown on a small-scale family farm in the United States. And you can just simply go on their website, put your zip code in, and this is US only, and they will let you know either where the closest farm is for you or what farm will actually be able to ship to your location. So Farm Match is working really hard at getting more farms involved. If you actually have your own small scale family organic farm and you want to be a part of Farm Match, please let me know, because we're trying to add as many farms as possible. But in the meantime, if you go on www.farmmatch.com/Dr. Cori and put in your zip code, you'll get a list of farms that you can get the best quality food from. And I'm going to be putting a link in the description of this video, as well as a link for people outside the United States, resources where you can also find the same type of nutrient dense, clean food. The best way to actually vote and change the world is with your food dollars. So now getting back to what I did for my back. So I'm going to screen share. And the first thing that, I don't know what's going to show up here. That's not what I wanted to screen share, sorry. Okay, so the first thing that I did was I got on my far infrared heating pad. This far infrared heat is much more deeply penetrating than just plain regular heat, and it helps to increase blood flow and reduce inflammation. So I put it on a timer. I actually slept with it that night. You put it on a timer and just leave it on. It was very soothing. It felt great. And I'll put a link in the description of this heating pad. This is the one that I use if you want to get yourself one. And then I started to take this stuff. Actually, took this right away. And this is called Relief Tone. And it's a homeopathic, natural homeopathic remedy for pain, trauma, wounds, injuries, bruises, swelling, aches and cramps. And it's a formula that helps with any kind of pain. Even you can even use it after you have surgery or dental work, or any kind of injury. And it has a bunch of stuff in it that helps with pain, but it's all natural. One of the things it has in it is arnica. A lot of people know what that is. And it helps to speed up the healing. And then there's a natural cortisone in it, which is anti-inflammatory, and then belladonna, all these things, and hypericum perforatum, which helps with pain. Homeopathic remedies have weird names. And then the other thing that I used was something called Relax Tone. And Relax Tone is from the same company, and it is also a homeopathic combination of things that help with muscle tension and stress, and actually helps with nervousness and sleeplessness. So if you're not sleeping well because you're in pain, this is good to take. It really does make you feel relaxed, but not to the point that you can't function. Like, you can still drive with this. At least I can. I didn't have a problem with that, but it really, really helped to relieve the muscle spasm. And then I started taking this. This is Kava Forte. And Kava is an herb that is like a very powerful muscle relaxant. And it also helps with anxiety. So it's very calming, and it's also good for sleep and relaxation. But this is like the most powerful muscle relaxant that's not a pharmaceutical. There's no side effects that I know about anyway. So I was taking that at night because that does make me feel a little bit like I want to take a nap. And then during the day, I was taking this, and it's called Cramplex. And Cramplex is very interesting. It has, I think, 5 different herbs in it that help with pain and inflammation. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the herbs because I don't know, for me, I find this so interesting. So the first one is called Cori, and that is actually a great natural pain reliever. It's almost like an opiate without any side effects. You can't get addicted to it, but it helps. It actually binds to pain receptors, and it can help with any kind of pain, including headaches and abdominal pain and bladder pain and any kind of cramping, menstrual cramps, intestinal cramps. It's an antispasmodic, Cori. And it can also help to improve sleep and anxiety, because when you're in pain, you're not sleeping well and you can become anxious. The next thing in Cramplex is raspberry leaf. And a lot of people know raspberry leaf for its benefits in late pregnancy. It helps to make labor easier or shorten labor. But many people don't know that it's also good for digestion. It helps with indigestion, bloating, diarrhea, and it's high in potassium. And potassium can help with muscle cramping and pain. The next ingredient in here is wild yam. And wild yam, it has a lot of health benefits. So it can actually help to regulate blood sugar, and it can be anti-carcinogenic and improve cholesterol. And it can help with diverticulitis and with hyperpigmentation. So if you have discolorations on your skin, things like melasma, it can actually help with that. And it's also good for menstrual cramps and menopause symptoms. And then the next thing in here is cramp bark. And cramp bark has been used for, millennia for cramps, any kind of cramping, because it helps relax muscles, but it also helps relax blood vessels. And that can help to lower blood pressure. So if you're in this scenario where you injured yourself and you're really tense and your blood pressure is going up, cramp bark can really assist with that. And so it helps with muscle spasms. It's also rich in vitamin C and E, and it has a ton of antioxidants in it. And interestingly, it can help prevent gastric ulcers. And then lastly, what's in here is ginger. And ginger is an anti-inflammatory. It also helps with nausea if the pain is so bad you feel like vomiting. And it does something to your blood sugar. It helps to slow down your digestion of carbohydrates so that you're not dumping as much sugar into your body all at once. So that's great for diabetics, pre-diabetics, and people trying to lose weight. So yeah, so that's it. I'm going to stop the screen share now. And so that was my secret formula: relax tone, relief tone, Cramplex during the day, kava at night, and then sleeping on my infrared heating pad. And I was just thrilled with the results. So I hope this was helpful. Try to keep it short. Haven't been getting to do too many videos lately because I've started traveling around the country teaching, and it's just taking up more of my time, but I really want to do more videos. I have a whole list of them. People have been requesting, so I will be putting some more content out. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm almost at my next milestone, and nothing would make me happier than to get there. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found this helpful, if you did. And then make sure to share this with anyone you know that you think would benefit from the information. The links to everything I talked about are going to be in the description of this video. And you can always reach out to me at questions@drcori.com. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you again soon with more helpful health information. Until then, stay well.